independent country.
Do you feel like Mandela betrayed you guys?
If you ask me, I will say yes. Black intellectuals remain subordinated to white intellectuals. Why it is like that?
Welcome back to my channel. This still remains Street Talk Central, or in short STC. I'm happy to be here once again because today I'm taking you all the way to South Africa for us to discuss a few things which have been bothering a lot of people, mainly South Africans or black South Africans, a lot more, because they feel they own the land and the whites came and took it from them. They want to regain possession of their land, but they've tried several years and it's not working. Due to colonization, it was taken from them. Now the whites in South Africa are owning a lot of big businesses and many lands in South Africa. There are parts of South Africa where blacks are not allowed to live there. You can go and pay a visit to the place, which is called Orania. You can go to Orania to pay a visit, but you're not allowed to stay there. Only whites live in the area. In this video, I give credit to Wedemaya because he went to South Africa and asked the right questions. The video is centered on what happened in South Africa before independence. What happened to them? Those who stood up and were willing to fight against the whites to gain freedom. They were taken to prison. Mandela was part of the people who were imprisoned in South Africa because the whites saw Mandela and his people as a threat to them. So they imprisoned Mandela and other prominent people in South Africa just to slow them down. But after all, they gained independence. Now the question is, after gaining independence in South Africa, are they really 100% independent, or they are only 30 or 40% independent in South Africa? Well, I have four strong questions I want to ask, which in this video will find the answers.
It was conspiracy, public violence, terrorism, and 2 counts of murder.
How old were you when you were brought to Robben Island?
Let's say when I was arrested.
Yeah, when you were arrested.
I was arrested at the age of 20 years. I joined the struggle at the age of 16 years. And then since I joined the struggle at that age, I've never turned back again. And up until the negotiation time.
Wow. So you were kept here for 11 years?
Yes.
For something that you did not do? Were you a terrorist?
No, I was not.
So you literally spent 11 years of your life in here?
Yes.
For something that you did not do?
We were fighting.
Yes.
We were fighting.
That's your right to fight for your people.
Yes. But now you remember that when they classify you, when they arrest you, they classify you as a terrorist. You see?
How was the situation like when you found yourself in here?
When I found myself here, I was prepared for any probabilities, death or whatever, because I knew that why did I came to Robben Island? Because of the just cause. And being led by Oliver Tambo, I had a hope that we will be free. And indeed, Oliver Tambo pushed so much that we went to negotiations.
My first question is, and I've written them down so that I don't miss any of them. My first question that I want to get the answers to is, 1, what role do you think historical context play in shaping the current socio-economic dynamic between blacks and white intellectuals? Now the second question too is, do you think Mandela's negotiation truly brought freedom to the people of South Africa? This particular question is what many people are asking every day, especially South Africans, because they're asking, what at all did he negotiate with the whites? Because if truly Mandela negotiated for the freedom of the blacks, why is it that several years after independence, they are still suffering?
And then here, it's our study office. We were allowed to study at Robben Island, but we were constantly reminded by the authorities that education in prison is not a right but a privilege. So therefore, whenever the head of prison wants to remove or take your studies away, he will do so without being questioned.
Many black children or black people in South Africa are not educated. When you compare the intellectuals in South Africa, when you compare the blacks to the whites, you see that yes, the whites are way ahead of the blacks. Why is it that? It's just because in terms of education, the whites, the blacks are down below. The whites refuse them to educate themselves. Only few people got the chance to go to school to learn or to study, to be able to read and write and lead certain parts of the country, but majority are not educated. This is a question which many people are asking all the time in South Africa. The third question too is, how can South Africa move forward to adopt the legacy of apartheid and ensure that its people, particularly the black population, have control over their economy and land? And the follow-up question too is, can the blacks in South Africa stand up and fight for their rights without the interference of the Western or of the Western world? Now, the final question is, can South Africa's constitution be considered one of the most progressive in the world? If so, can it truly bring a bigger change in the country to favor the blacks? If so, does it need a more fundamental transformation? These are questions people need answers to. So, in general, all these questions that I brought forward are not new to anyone. People are willing to ask these same questions or a similar one to find answers to, because they want to know what is really happening in South Africa.
There's nothing from the negotiations that help the people of South. Let them give you evidence. What is this? Why people are still in the barren lands where they cannot produce nothing? Why people are still cramped in the 13% of the land? And the whole other percentage is within the white hands. This Western Cape that I'm talking about, sooner or later it's going to become an independent country. How do you, as a leader, agree to that? Allowing one of your provinces to become an independent country, just like Oranje. That's what Mandela agreed to that. Now Western Cape is coming. Helen Zille wants an independent Western Cape to become an independent country.
Let's not take away the fact that when you go to South Africa, when you talk about the most developed countries in Africa, you can never mention countries and leave South Africa out. It is well developed. But these developed cities or province in South Africa, you realize where the whites live are really developed more than where the blacks are. So the blacks are fighting for a bigger change so that they can also have a share of good buildings, good roads, good amenities, so many good things that the whites are enjoying. They also want to enjoy the same thing. After all, we are all human beings, whether white or black. We are all the same. You talk, I talk. You laugh, I also laugh. You walk, I walk. You run, I run. Whatever you do, I do the same. The only difference here is the skin color. That is the only thing. Being black doesn't make you inferior. We are all human. We are all the same. In your mind, you were thinking Mandela could have done more. to fight for a good independence for blacks, and not only fighting for just a few privileges for the country. No, I don't know what you think. Let me know your views in the comment section. What do you think Mandela could have done to make South Africa fully independent and make their own people, the blacks in South Africa, enjoy 100% freedom on their own land? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Well, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you for always coming back to watch my videos, but don't just watch, subscribe. Share the video too as well. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe. Bye bye.